What's up guys? Finally back in the studio, really happy about it. I hope you're also happy to be back with me here in my studio. Today unfortunately no music making at all. As you know, I was the past couple of days in Berlin. I couldn't really take care of business stuff. I was so busy checking out the city. It's highly illegal to drive with this thing. Going to a music fair, checking there out equipment. Both of them cost 15,000 euros. Drinking a little. Drinks later, it's time for a quick sightseeing stop. Drinking a little more. There's no way this is getting better than this. More sightseeing. It's a famous Checkpoint Charlie. If you've missed any of those videos, I highly recommend them to you. They're a whole lot of fun, and I think the one where I'm doing the Berlin sightseeing thing, it's called The Worst Place. It's definitely, I'd say, one of my best vlogs ever. It's a little different than the rest, but yeah, personally one of my favorites that I made. I'm really proud of that little film. Today it's basically just a whole lot of business stuff, checking demos. The demo that I received yesterday, also want to go through all of them, trying to figure out a winner for the remix contest. I think I will try every day to listen to tracks 1 hour, and I'm also working on providing you with another giveaway. I will start it at the end of this video, but now first business stuff, all these kind of things. So a perfect opportunity to actually continue what I had to cancel last week, and that's the next edition of Track Submits. That's already the first track. It's called Dropping Low by YTK. 21 years old, producing already for 2 years. His main question is how to know if a track works in the club, because he can't play it out, he's not DJing. So yeah, let's first up give it a listen. First up, let me ensure this track works in the club. It has the bounce, it has the groove, the nice bass line. It's kind of techy, loopy with the hi-hats and everything. So you got a perfect formula for a club track. This will definitely work. Don't worry about it. It sounds pretty close to stuff that my buddy Sharam J is making. I also released a couple of tracks with him, and he has this bouncy kind of G-housey vibe. And unfortunately, to test out if it's really working in the club, the only possibility is to play it in a club. That's the huge advantage that like people have that tour a lot. They can work on their tracks, then test them in the club, adjust it, and just end up with a better end result. The once a month residency that I have here in my hometown is helping me quite a bit. I can always test my tracks, check for the balance of the mix, but also for the arrangement. I think the arrangement is something that is the easiest to check with a crowd. If the break is too long, people stop dancing. If there's not enough rhythm going on in the break, people stop dancing. So you kind of have to find a balance. And it also hugely depends on which kind of clubs you're actually DJing. If you play Tomorrowland, you can make probably longer breaks. If you're playing in a small club with a few people, it might be more advised to keep up the groove and flow. But yeah, back to the track. The mixing is on point, the arrangement is good, it's a very good club tool. Maybe, but really just maybe, it could use a little bit more of automation. The bass is already automated a bit, but I think having more automation, maybe even a delay that comes in every 8 bars to make it a bit crazier, or maybe filtering it in between, having more kind of stops and mini breaks in between to keep it interesting, keep the flow up. And the track might actually need a little bit more intro and outro. The track is just 4 minutes 19 long. That's a tiny bit too short for like proper club use DJs, especially DJs that are not DJing a lot, and those are usually the customers buying the tracks and not getting it sent over a promo mail. They need longer intros, because if a DJ can't mix it, if the intro isn't long enough or if it's too weird, they will just skip it and not play it. So for making sure your tracks are actually getting played by all of the DJs, just give it a proper intro of at least like 30 seconds to a minute. All in all, cool track. Let's jump right to the next one. Yeah, I have to say it's weird, it's strange. I never heard something that is close to this or similar, and it starts out pretty chilled and then drops into like something weird, but I don't know, it works. I like it. It's kind of banging at the right spot. It's interesting. Maybe not the stuff you might listen to at home, and also maybe not really for the radio. It's more like experimental stuff. But I highly enjoy it, at least as a producer, to listen to it because it's very playful and kind of technical. The sound design is weird but interesting. Those are sounds that take a lot of effort and mangling to create. It's definitely not a catchy kind of tune because it doesn't have like a main hook, main melody going on. But yeah, I still somehow like it. I can't really explain it. Let me know what you think about this track. It's, I think, quite special. And you know, sometimes it's more important to be special and unique than just having a good sound. I mean, the mixing could definitely be improved, but it's somehow working because it's so unique. So it's also okay that the mixing is a little bit different. I almost forgot to mention who made the track. It's by Jacko, 18 years old, makes music for 1 year, and he's trying to find a vocal and making it more interesting, especially in the second drop. I don't think it needs to be more interesting. There's a lot of stuff going on. If you put more into it or make it even more abstract, electronic, experimental, it might be too confusing. I think you hit the right spot. Vocals, I don't know. It could work with the vocals, but then you have to have vocals that kind of fit to that vibe. Can't imagine what might really work with it, but yeah, definitely worth trying it out. Maybe it could be even more unique, and if you have the vocals going on, you could get the catchy vibe back into the track. And having a catchy element is always good. That's usually what makes good music. Next up, Shake Hands, 25 years old, makes music for 3 years and just recently got back to producing after 1 year of a break. Like the main thing of this track that I don't like is the sound design in general. The bass line is just like an open saw, which sounds pretty boring and is too open. It's like taking away a lot of space in the mix. It's not moving, nothing happening with it. The synthy sound in the break sounds like a standard synth. I would love to see a little bit of distortion, a special kind of reverb to make it more interesting and make it sound less like you just open up the synth and play the melody. Synth sounds and sound design definitely needs a whole lot of work. If you just use it straight out of the synthesizer, it always sounds a little kind of cheap. I mean, the groove is definitely good. It has enough punch, definitely would work in a club. But yeah, the sound design, maybe just spend a few more hours on actually creating those sounds. And yeah, the vocal right after the drop, he wrote it himself that he can't use it, so I'm not sure if I can use it here on YouTube, but I actually don't mind if my videos get claimed. I'm not really relying on the AXSENS compared to some other YouTubers. Next up, a big room. Not my favorite type of music, as you know, but I think some people got it wrong because I said I don't like the type of big room that is just like kick and a main synthy. This track here by Silverman that is called We Belong Together is actually a kind of EDM that I actually appreciate because, as you might know, I started out with progressive house music, a lot of Axwell, Eric Prydz. They then switched more and more to like big room EDM, and I still like their stuff because it has this progressive melodic vibe. But the big room that I really don't like is the one that just sounds like Kirmes. Kirmes is the German word for a fun ferry, and if you go into the scooter or like the thing that spins and makes you throw up, the kind of music that is played there is the one that I absolutely hate. That just on a side note, let's actually listen to the track. crazy how much he improved, because I already featured one of his tracks in one of the first Track Submit editions. He got among the top 10 of the Dawning remix contest. This here is so much better. There's like definitely an evolution. It's so much better. The sound design is really good. It sounds more professional, more polished, a lot more effort I think went into this track. He learned a lot during that 1 year. Really like it. I think this is definitely something that could be released. Maybe even having vocals on top might help. My label is unfortunately not the kind of label that releases music like that, but I'm pretty sure there are hundreds of labels out there that would love to release this kind of music. Maybe just one tiny bit. I would actually love to have like a main melody that is a bit longer, because this one is repeating too fast. I think if you extend it for a couple more bars, you could actually make something that is even more interesting and more catchy. It's a little too loopy on the main melody, but that's just like my personal kind of taste. That's already it with the track submission edition today. I might think this is actually the last one I will ever do in this kind of way. I'm thinking about doing it as a live stream, because I'm getting so many tracks. There is no way to put them in a normal vlog, and I think it might be way more efficient for me, more interesting for you, to just live stream it maybe for an hour per week and go through maybe 10, 20 tracks and also interact with you live. Might be something that is actually pretty cool, so you can also give feedback and that kind of stuff. Let me know what you think about this idea. I just have to figure out how to actually stream here from the studio, because the internet is still slow and it doesn't really make sense making it at home. I can't really listen to the tracks, but I will figure out something. Okay, now back to the business stuff. My favorite thing to do in the world. What an extremely long business day. It's already dark outside, almost 10. It's actually so late that Vanessa's sick of it and now coming here to pick me up. Hello. Welcome back to the vlog, Vanessa.
Thank you.
She wasn't like a week? Yeah.
Yeah, a bit longer.
Oh wait, the
You're
seatbelt.
as heavy as your...
Yeah, the seatbelt thing. Now it's me and not my bag.
I relaxed a lot, but now it's all gone again.
Just 1 day of work.
2 days, actually.
Got us this block of parmesan.
We're not going to eat noodles.
I actually got this from my parents. They're just back from Italy.
They've been to Italy.
Yes. So this is good Italian original stuff, not the cheap, crappy stuff I usually buy. I didn't have anything to eat, so...
That's your fault.
Yeah, I know. No time. That's the time's fault. Like...
Okay, I can't believe that, because I found pudding.
Ah, yes. I made pudding, but I didn't eat it. I prepared it for later. I almost forgot about it, so thanks. Vanessa is a professional vlog assistant.
Actually, I'm not. But
You're my companion. Or just maybe take you out for dinner. I said thanks.
Yeah, you could do that tonight.
Yeah. High five. That was so good parking.
Thanks.
This parking spot, yeah, wasn't easy. By the way, I convinced her to just eat pasta
She just get out
and
of the car.
cheese. You see not only the parallel parking thing, but here was also someone standing blocking this spot. I really missed vlogging with you.
Yeah, why?
I don't know, it's much more fun to talk to you.
Then to nobody?
No, there are people watching, I know that. I kind of imagine like an audience sitting behind the camera, but it's just fun with you. I have to say I'm really tired. It's one of those late, way after midnight sessions. Just wanted to let you know that the links to all of the tracks of today's Track Submit edition are in the description, as well as the link to the new giveaway. It's again a copy of the Soothie plugin, the magic EQing thing that usually costs like I think 160 euros, so another chance to win it. Also don't forget to like, subscribe, and if you want to be part of the Jon Sine team app, you have to turn on notifications and let me know in the comments that you did that. You can send your track for the next Track Submit edition that will be then probably live streaming. The link for that is also in the description. So basically, yeah, just a whole lot of stuff. So just check out the description. There's plenty of things for you to do. Now, just a couple more emails. And then it's time for me to sign out. Actually meant to sign out, but sign, yeah, maybe that's the thing. Berlin was crazy.
Yeah?
Yeah, so much. Yeah, let's just not talk about it.